Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm your host Ryan BK and I'm glad to have you here. Today I'm playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 where I'll be diagnosing car problems, fixing rides, upgrading the shop, and building the ultimate garage in career mode. If you're into cars, gaming, or just hanging out, hit that like button, subscribe, and jump into the chat. I'd love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's fire up the lift and get to work. Hello everybody. Welcome to the chat. Today I'm taking on the next storyboard mission. Mitsubishi Lance Evolution, also known it's dirty. Move this over to the car wash. Guys, I like washing my car before I do any work on it. It's pretty rust bucket. Interior and exterior wash here. Okay. Next, going to move it to our lift. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to get in, I'm going to try to start this thing up, see what's up. Okay, no oil in the engine. Alright. This looks pretty bad. Alright, let me do this. I'm going to start by inspecting the whole car. I'm going to go through, I'm going to inspect all components that I can on this car. Using examination mode. Number one, it gives me XP. Two, it helps me to identify parts for this mission that I need to repair. Okay. Parts that are orange are the next step from being red in the needing dire attention. Orange is pretty bad. Yellow is better, and green, of course, is the condition, you know, the ideal condition for a vehicle and its parts. Let's see here. So I think I've identified everything I can using this tool. Usually, sometimes you're able to gather a little bit more information about parts using some of these tools. This car is in pretty bad shape. I have to look at the story again. So the story is, hey dude, you recognize me? Sure not. I'm the internet star of the car racing. Well, perhaps a rising star. I go by the name of RM. This is my new car project. I just snapped it up from the junkyard. For now it looks like a piece of junk, but we can make it a gem. I mean, you can, but nobody has to know that, right? Are you in with this project? I hope so. I just want you to check it, see if it starts up before the first episode. So, there's going to be a bunch of car parts to fix or replace. It's going to be a typical oil change, drain the oil and refill. There's going to be fluid changes, change the brake fluid, coolant, power steering, and also refill windshield wiper fluid. All right, the car is in repair. The shape is in 22%. It's not great. See, the body is pretty bad, frame's bad, parts. It's not in great shape. So let's do some more testing here to see if we can identify some additional parts before we dig in that need to be repaired or replaced. Okay, pretty bad shape there. Let's check the tires. All right, those look pretty terrible as well. I don't think I can do compression or fuel monitoring, fuel testing, because there's just not enough of this engine is put together in order to do those things. So we're going to have to discover some of these things otherwise, which isn't hard to do because parts that need to be replaced or repaired are all nasty looking, right? So let's start with first thing I like to do is drain the oil out. Well, I believe there's no oil in this car, but I like to go from underneath the vehicle, take off parts there, discover parts. So I like to work under the vehicle first and move into the engine bay after that. Just about every part in here is going to be pretty bad shape, but I'm not sure if customer wants to have all parts repaired or replaced. So we'll see what this ends up turning out, what the job entails. Okay, bearing here. Okay, let's go see here. Alternator, battery. Here's a bunch of other things that were identified as needing to be fixed. Okay, so I'm not sure. We have to tear this whole thing down because we almost have the whole list. See, I think this is a lesson in you may not have to tear the whole thing apart because the part looks bad. Or because the cars look bad. The car parts look bad. Some of these last components could be bushings, I've found. Ugh, it's hard to tell. Alright, let's go back over here and see if we can get some context clues. Oh. Story. Just want to check if it starts up before the first episode. We'll think about the rest later. Thanks. See you on import tube. Okay, funny. Alright, so really, I guess we got to try to figure out what we have to fix in order to get it to start up. I guess some of those engine components. We could start on the obvious stuff here. Okay, I do have a battery already. Alright. So a lot of this stuff, I don't think this thing doesn't have any oil right now. So I'm just going to check. No oil. Put that back. Take this thing down. See, I feel like this story mission kind of leads you astray with all the bad stuff on this car, where you just really have to get it started, I believe, or find the components needed to get it started. And I believe that's going to allow us to find all the parts that the story needs done. Parts not discovered. See, that's the issue here. There's so many bad parts. We don't know what parts are going to be needed to be replaced in order to fulfill this particular mission. It's almost like we're going to have to take the whole dang thing apart to discover all the parts that need to be fixed. So, okay. Alright, let's see if maybe it's the spark plugs. Okay. Nope. Alright, let's just make sure we don't have any brake fluid. Oh, there's a little bit there. Okay. Let's go over here, do the same thing for the coolant. Drain that a little bit. Same thing for power steering. Okay, because we don't want to have a mess. All right. Just no telling which parts, these last three parts here that are necessary to fix in order to complete this mission. I'm feeling we're gonna have to tear down this whole engine in order to know for sure. Keep going. Okay, I believe it's very possible that these three parts are sort of related. Yeah, before we get into that too much, let me just tear this down up here. Car is in rough shape. Alright, I need more clues. Nope, still haven't gotten down into that. Whew, okay. I'm gonna end up tearing this whole car apart just to find these parts that I can't find yet. Still haven't found it. Okay. All right. I have a feeling that all these last three parts have something to do with the engine. I'm gonna have to get it underneath, open up that oil pan, check out all the bearing caps, rods, etc. from under here. Still no, okay. What are some parts that are needed in order to start the engine? I think that's key. Right. So battery would be needed. I wonder the ECU. Nope. Not it. Starter. Would that be one of them? Nope. Piston. Could that be? No. All right. Fuel filter. Oh, fuel filter was one of them. Okay. All right. Maybe oil filter is another one. An air filter. Let's go check those out. Oil filter. Ooh. Yep, that's one of them. Last is Did I check the air filter? I did, right? Yeah, air filter's off. So what else? What else could need to be changed in order to make the engine start? I can continue to break this thing down. I don't think it's going to be anything in the transmission. Alright, I think I just need to get at this from underneath. It's the engine block? Crank? I have to get in here into the transmission. Alright, I think this might reveal some stuff. Okay, so I have to take the drive shaft off first. Okay, this to this to this. Alright. Hey there, sorry about that. I had my volume turned down. How you doing? I gotta adjust something here right quick. Okay. Hear me okay now? So this has been a challenging mission because, as you can see, this car is in pretty bad shape. But there were only just a few things that needed to be fixed out of all of these problems on this car. So I've identified them. I've highlighted them now, so I can give me a better idea what I need to fix or replace. So I'm gonna have to go buy all of these things new because none of them I can repair on my bench. So I think I'm just gonna go in here and start identifying those parts. Right, fuel filter. All right, so fuel pump, right? Fuel pump was one. Fuel pump, yes. All right. So I'm going to start adding a bunch of these things that I can remember to the cart. I know there was a fuse A. Oh, relay A. Relay A. 2 relay A's, a relay B. All right. So that would be one of those. Said relay A, right? Relay type A. And then there's 2 of those. I'll go by name here. There we go. Relay A. 2 relay A's and a B. All right. I think I've got it now. 1, 2 A's and 1 B. All right. All right, let's continue on here. Oops. Sort by arrival again. This is just the order that I took things off. Okay. What else in here? I need to buy an oil filter and a fuel filter. See, these are all the parts that I took apart of took off the car that I don't really need to repair or replace because it's not in the story mission. Let's see, fuel injector. Was fuel injector something? Nope, just ignition coil. Spark plugs. Okay, throttle body. Okay, keep going here. Alternator was one. Spark plugs. 4 of them for all cylinders. Air filter, I believe, was one. Ignition coil, I believe, right? Ignition coil, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So air filter, alternator, fuel filter, fuel pump, ignition coils, fuse. Oh, fuse B. I don't think I've got that yet. Relays, spark plugs, and throttle. I don't think I added throttle either. So let me go to type in here throttle. Okay. Fuse B. Add that. All right. Now I'm going to go order a bunch of parts. Right. Fuel pump. Check. Fuses, it's going to be in electronics. Relays, electronics. Rubber bushings, I don't think I had to replace any of those. Oil filter. Check. Fuel filter. Check. Okay. Alternator, that's going to be in electronics. Spark plugs, also electronics. Air filter. Check. Ignition coils, throttle. Here we go. Check. And fuse. Okay, so the rest of these things I need to go to the electronics store. So I'm gonna need, I don't think I needed an A, but I'll buy one anyway. They're pretty cheap. Relay. Oh, how many of these do I need? All right, just one. Relay A's. I don't remember if I needed 1 or 2. I'm gonna buy 2. Alternator. Spark plugs, 4. Okay. Ignition coil, 4. Good. And a medium fuse. Boom. Alright, I think I've got everything I need to repair in here. So I'm going to start with the fuse, with the fuse box, because a lot of those components had to deal with that. I'm going to put the ratty fuse base in there. Alright, so the highlighted areas are the highlighted pieces are the ones that definitely need to be replaced. So I'm going to give those priority and give those the 100%. 100%. This one's highlighted. This one's highlighted. Alright, what else? What else? Anything else down here? Or did that take care of those? Alright, let's go. Uncheck. Uncheck. Relay A, relay B. Boom. Okay. Alright, so I think we're good there. Let me put all these others back that I took out. Just ripping through there. I did not need to replace that one. So I'm going to put the old one back in. Same here. Even though I bought a new one, I don't need to use it on this car, so I might as well save it for another one. Make sense? This also lists parts in the generally from left to right in the best shape to worst shape. So I like to work from left to right. Okay, fuse cover. Boom. All right. So that's taken care of. Now I've got to kind of put this whole engine back together that I had to end up tearing down just to figure out that it was not engine related stuff. I mean, there's some, you can see the highlights here, but not a lot. Let's go back here to the fuel pump. Replace that with the new. Okay. Fuel pump done. Okay. I forget. I think I have to start. Okay, I can put the block in here. Bunch of these other miscellaneous parts that I took off. Okay, filter, air filter base. New air filter is required, so put that in there. Put that on here. Okay, fuel filter is one of the new items required. The rest of these things I can put on old. Brake system. I've just got to go through and add everything back. Go down here to some of the suspension parts. Really doesn't matter what order I do this, just as long as I get all the parts back. This is terrible. This motor is terrible. But the guy just wants to do some basic stuff at first. So that's what we'll do. This was a new alternator requirement. So we'll do that. Power steering pump that helps to assist with your steering. Radiator, it's part of the cooling. Put all the fans back in that requires. Put some of these rubber bushings back. All right. Let's see what else it's gonna let me fix from here. All right, I can put together some of these suspension parts. You have any questions so far? Are you interested in the game? Would you play it yourself? Alright, I'm going to need to put the shock absorber back together. That I can't do here. Shock absorbers I can put back together. Okay. Continuing on. Okay. What else? I think I need to get the transmission parts in before I can put any more on for the wheels. Steering. Tie rod. Oh. I don't have... I need... What? Oh, okay. Brake disc ventilated. Huh. Alright, looks like I'm gonna need to buy one of those. Go back here to parts. Buy new. Put that on. Brakes, calipers. UFO bearings. All right. Oops. Go back over here. Sway bar. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see what we can clear here off the list. This. Oil filter, not yet. Relay, spark plugs, throttle. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to start putting this engine back together, I think. Before I can do that, I need to get down underneath and put the crank in. So let me lift the car up. All right, looking underneath, we're going to install this crankshaft. All right. Anything else I can install under here, I will. Clutch plate. Clutch pressure plate. All right, gotta make sure I get the right tires on the right locations. Look like all the tires are the same size. 235, 45, 17s. So it doesn't matter where I put these on the car. Some missions, some cars will have different size tires on the front and back. So you got to make sure you get them all put on properly in their proper locations, or else it will tell you they are mismatched. Okay. All right. Looking pretty complete here. All right. Okay. Okay. Oil filter. All right. Starter. Can't put starter on here. Okay, let's continue under here, because I can install some other things in here. Crank caps, piston rod caps. Oh, I need to put the pistons in first. Which I can do from above only. All right. Now I'm gonna have to come and actually I'm gonna put this part of the car back together as well while I got it up. Here and here. New pads. Nope, used pads. Whoops. Assembly mode. Are there any other parts that I took apart back here? I don't think so. Fortunately, I didn't dig too much into this before going forward. Alright. So now I'm going to lower the car and work on the engine from above. Okay. Alright, new spark plugs. Mission requirement. New ignition coils, also. Okay. Intake, manifold. Alright. New throttle. Okay. Alright. Alright. Fuel injectors. Not mission critical. But still in terrible shape. Okay. Slowly but surely putting this thing back together. Turbo. Alright, let's go and clear some things. Looks like everything has been fixed that is part of the story. When everything is done, this box over here, the text will be gray. Alright, so just got to make sure I continue to put the car back together. I'll fill oil in a little bit. We'll finish that one. Fill these other fluids. That'll finish that. So again, just have to go around the car, figure out what I need to put back that I've taken off. One thing I can do is just go through the parts here and see what parts, clear this, what parts I have left over. Okay, so I'm going to sell some of these things because I no longer need them. The caps, I need to go underneath, put the caps back on. Oil pan. Throttle, I just did that. Alternator I've done. Spark plugs. Air filter. Fuse, I've got all of these replaced. Ignition coils I just did. Battery I replaced. Okay, so really, I think I just have to go underneath. Put this thing back up. Get back under the engine here. Assembly mode. Wrench these nasty parts back on. Okay. Voila. Alright. Should be able to bring it down, put fluids in it, and maybe crank it up. See if I can get it to start. So, first, we're going to put in some oil. Tip it up. When it comes back down, it's sufficient. Alright. We're going to replace the coolant. Same thing. Right. Windshield wiper fluid. Next, brake fluid. And last but not least, that was power steering a while ago. This is brake fluid. And done. All right, let's go see, make sure those are all completed. Everything appears to be done. All right, folks, so let's hop in this car and see if it starts up. It does. Oh, it did. It took it a while. All right. Starts up. Cool. All right. Well, I think we are done with this mission. So first, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put it to, let's see, let's take it to our paint booth. We're going to get a screenshot here in the paint booth for our thumbnail. And voila. All right. All right, let's see if we can finish this order. Nope. It's because we got the window out still. Now we should be able to finish it. All right. That gained me 1,992 credits. Woo! Big money. All right. So, all right. Well, that completed that mission. So we're going to clean up do a little house cleaning here. I'm going to open my crate. See what kind of goodies I can get in here. Pick this card and this one. All right. So we got some bonus parts and a barn location map. I'm going to go and add that to the wall. Come on over here. We can see what that means. Barn location maps. Now, I've unlocked the ability to go visit some barns. So I might do that in the next episode. That's where you can find vehicles that are need a little bit of love maybe. But you can get a pretty good deal if you find some vehicles in there that have been hidden for a while and just need a little love. I'm going to go in here to the shopping list now and clean that up a little bit as I customarily do. All right, so that cleans that up. And I think that is going to do it for this episode. Appreciate you joining me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like button. Leave a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content. And I will see you guys in the next video.